Coach Mike out here with the FirstTee-Phoenix. We're out here at the beautiful Legacy Golf Resort today. So thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to be going over the birdie and eagle lessons combined. Okay, so we're going to be working on aim and alignment, all the pre-swing things that you do before you make a golf swing and before you hit your shots. And then also for birdie specifically, we're going to be going over dreams. As you can see, dreams right there, and goals. Okay, so the first lesson of birdie is about dreams and goals and the differences between those two, and what, examples of each. For example, like a dream would be a big picture thing that's way off in the distance. Like per se, I want to play on the PGA Tour. That'd be a big picture thing. Or I want to get a full scholarship to Stanford. Something very big off in the distance. But then you can use your goals to help you reach those by making different goals as stepping stones to your dream. Now for eagle, we're going over wellness, or staying well for life. So that has to do with your mind, your body, and your heart. Making sure that mentally you're in a good state, physically with your body you're in a good state, and also with your heart emotionally that you're also in a good state as well. So those are the things we're going to be covering today. We're going to be doing different activities on the putting green as well as on the driving range over here based on our aim. And also we're going to be going over one of the rules as well. We're going to be going over a few different rules in the putting green about whether you're allowed to touch your line of putt and what kind of different things you're allowed to fix as far as either ball marks or spike marks are concerned. So look forward to it, and we're going to get to the activities now. Alright, so now we're over here on the putting green, again out here at Legacy, and we want to go over a few things with you first. So, first of all, here's the teeing ground, the blue cones right over here, and we're going to a hole right over here. So this is, the imaginary putting line, right? So here's the line of putt that we have here. So, you may have a few things in your way when you're putting on the putting green. Like for example, there's a little kind of ball mark right there. Alright? So, if you're unsure, the answer is yes, you can fix the ball mark. Okay? So you use like a divot tool, or you use a tee. You just go like this. Push it up just like that. Tap it down with your putter, and it's not there anymore. Also, new rules as of 2019, you're allowed to also tap down spike marks. Now spike marks are a little kind of grass that's been roughed up a little bit. You can also do the same thing. Just kind of go up, tap it down just like that, right? Also, if there's any other things in your way, feel free to brush them out of the way. Like these loose impediments, you can just brush them out of the way with your hand, just like that. You can brush those out of your way. So you can touch your line of putt by brushing it like that, or you can fix the ball marks or the spike marks. All right, cool. So now we're going to go into the next part of our activity, which is going to be about goal setting. So again, we talked about goals at the very beginning. So you see we have about a 15-foot putt here. And we have Coach Jessica has joined us. So you can see she's right over here.
Hi everybody.
And she's going to be hitting some putts for us here, okay? So, Coach Jessica, when you have a putt like this, what is your goal? I mean, ultimately, maybe the dream would be to try and make these every single time. We don't always do that. So, what would be your goal if you happen to not make the putt here?
I'm trying to get it close enough where I can definitely make my second putt. So I often want to get it to the hole. That way it does have a chance to get in. But I don't want to be too far past where I would struggle making my second putt and put ourselves in line of having a 3 putt at that point.
Very good. In golf, nobody likes 3 putts, do we? So we want to have 2 putts or less as much as possible. So that's very good. Now, we're also talking about alignment, right? So when we're doing alignment with putting, there's a few different ways we can do it, right? So Coach Jessica, how do you align yourself with putting?
So I like to use some of the lines that are on the golf ball already, and my putter is a little bit different. So I've got these what they call smart squares, and they're an alignment tool on my putter to help me see the line to the hole easier. And so what I will do is I'll start from behind it. I'll put the ball down with the line that way, helping me see it, and then I'll line the club up from there. Now with aim and alignment, there's a couple of things to consider. I'm not always aiming straight at the target. So I want to make sure that I evaluate my environment to get an idea on which way it may break, or speed, which is going to play into how I line up to this target. So for instance, I can tell there's a hill here. It's going to go a little bit to the left. So I'm going to aim out a little bit to the right before I putt.
All right, awesome. So what we want you to do here is go ahead and play the hole out. So we'll see what your score is going to be for this hole.
All right, perfect. So I already put my ball down. I'm going to make sure I step back, check that my line looks good. Then what I do is I step in, I put the club down first, make sure it's at my small target here, and then at my larger target down the line. I'll put my feet in, one last look, and then I'll give it a stroke. So I like my alignment on that one. I think I had a good target, just my speed was a little bit off there.
All right, so you go ahead and finish it up there.
All right.
See if you can get that 2-putt here.
All right.
A little tester, but you know, you got this.
Little breaker, let's give it a try. I think it would have been in, Coach Mike.
Yeah, there is a little kind of circular styrofoam thing in the cups due to the social distancing and due to the different rules we have now due to the coronavirus. So that actually would have gone in, so that you all know. It hit the little ring in there and it popped it out. So, all right, very good. So that was a 2 there. So last thing for wellness is we want to make sure that we're keeping our mind and body and everything in good shape, right? So Coach Jessica brought along her water bottle, as you can see here. So now that she's finished the hole, she's going to go over, have a drink of her water, make sure she's staying hydrated.
Just stay hydrated when you're out. That way your body stays in peak performance, especially out here in Arizona where it gets so warm during the day.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And now we're going to go on to the driving range. Now we're here on the driving range, and we're going to be working on alignment. All right, so we have, again, our normal setup where we have the hitting stations up front there with the orange cones, and the safety cone here in the back. All right, we have the balls back here as well, so make sure they're not in the way. So we're gonna be working on 2 parts of alignment. Not only how our body and our feet are aligned, but also the ball position in our stance, okay? So you guys know for the different clubs, there might be different positions you have in your stance. All right, so Coach Jessica, what club do you have here?
I've got a 9-iron for this shot.
Okay, so she has a 9-iron, so general for a 9, usually have the ball more towards the center of your stance. So what you can use here is we have our alignment sticks that we can use to kind of show the position that she's going to put the ball in her stance here. Okay.
So I'll put the stick down here, straight line with the ball, to show you how I'd normally set up. And when we're talking about ball position, when I walk into a shot, club goes first, and then I put my feet out. So if I was a wedge, I'd be doing equal spots. Now for a 9-iron, I like it slightly forward of center, so I'll take a slightly smaller step with my left foot than my right foot. But if I had maybe a sand wedge or pitching wedge, I would just take equal steps. It would put me right there in the middle.
All right, very good, awesome. So that's how you can check your position for your ball position to make sure that it's correct. Then also, we have another shaft we can use here, alignment stick, to help us align towards our target as well that we're going for out there. Okay? So what target would you like to go for out there, Coach Jessica?
Let's just go for one of the yellow ones there on the right side of the building down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one back a little bit so we can create a letter T. So I'm going to stand behind, because it's always better to see your alignment from behind than right next to. I'm going to lay my alignment stick down towards my target. Then I will line up my other one to make the letter T and just straighten that out a little bit.
Awesome. So you all see that T shape there? Very nicely done. So now, I want you to show kind of your routine, Coach Jessica, that you would do in order to hit the shot. So now that we have all the alignment and position set up for you.
Perfect. So my routine is always to start behind the ball. So I've got my main target, which is my farther distance, and then I like to pick a small target to help with my aim and alignment. So I'm looking for something that's around 2 feet, 3 feet in front of me so I can aim a little bit better. Now we do have the sticks down, which help during practice, but we can't have those when we're on the course. So this is a good on-course option. So I'm going to pick something out here. Again, I can't touch the ground or move something in my way, So there's a little pile of dirt and a divot here, so I'm going to keep the space in between as my small target. So I've got that picked out. I'm going to walk up in here. I point my club at my small target, and then I give it a check with my larger target. I'm going to step my feet out, one more look, and then give it a swing.
All right, it's a very good swing there. Good alignment, good setup. Beautiful. So that's what we're trying to do. So do you think it'd be a good goal to try and make sure your setup is good every time?
I think it's really important to have a consistent setup. So by allowing these sticks down here, I'm taking one variable out every time I swing.
And also for Eagle Level, we talked about wellness, right? Making sure your mind and your body and your heart are all set. So how do you think it can help too with your mind if you have this routine and everything is good and it's all set up? How can that help, you think, with your mentality and your mental game when it comes to golf?
Well, if I create the routine, then I'm always doing the same thing every time. So that way, that variable gets out of place and I don't have to worry about it anymore because I know I do it the same every time.
Awesome. So something you guys can do at home. You can use either these alignment sticks we have here, or you can use your golf clubs. So you can help yourself, get yourself set up. It's something you can do whether you're out on the driving range or whether you're at home. Something you can do, just kind of set up and make sure your alignment's good towards your target. All right, so now we're going to head on to wrap up, and we'll see you there. Hope you all enjoyed the video today for our putting and our full swing out here. So now we're going to do 3 takeaway questions for each level, for birdie and for eagle. All right, so first of all, starting with birdie, we want to know is, what is the difference between the dream and a goal? We talked about that a little bit today, so you definitely need to know the difference between a dream and a goal. Also on the putting green, we're talking about the different kind of damage that can happen out there, right? So we're wondering, what type of damage are you allowed to repair on the putting green? Third question is, how can setting goals be beneficial for you and for your life? All right, so for eagle, we have 3 questions as well. Number 1, what do you do to keep your mind, body, and heart in good shape? Number 2, again back to the putting green, what type of damage are you allowed to repair on the putting green when you're about to hit your putt? And the third one is, how can setting goals help you stay well for life? All right, thanks. Again, we'll be answering these questions specifically for birdie and eagle on Facebook Live, and any other questions that you may have. All right, thanks.